Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today with the Valeton GP-50 I want to try to make a Dream Theater tone. So I have the GP-50 here near me, you probably can't see it, and I'm aiming for someone asked me to do the same tone I did on the Fractal audio, the one from Pull Me Under from Dream Theater, so I'm gonna try to make the same here, okay? John Petrucci back in the day, when it was recorded, I believe he used Ibanez guitars with this combination of pickups, the Marzio, Tone Zone, and I can't recall the name of the other two, but eventually if I recall I'll say it or I'll put it on the screen. But okay, so this is the first patch for the clean tone, but it's very important if you have a guitar like this, or if you want to record or play like this, you're not going to use the full humbucker guitar, the full humbucker pickup, I mean, because it's very aggressive and you have that sort of kind of a piezo tone. You also recorded an acoustic guitar, so you better go with the second position. In this case, it will be something like a Strat, middle pickup, and just this inner coil of this humbucker. And I'll show you what I mean. If I put it in humbucker mode completely, if I put it on the second position, much more chimey and according to that specific tone of that era, I don't know. So what I have here is on the pre I have a compressor. This one is already made up, nothing on distortion, nothing here. On the amp I'm using a Jazz clean chorals, cab is the same, auto Jazz. EQ, some moves on the EQ, modulation, I have some chorals, I have some delay, and this reverb also with a little bit of modulation. So for the song Pull Me Under, you get the idea, it's very close. Don't forget to use the vibrato at the end of each phrase. In the meantime, I want that part of where the distortion comes in. So I started here, but the results are not yet what I want them to be. So it's patch number 56. It's called Drive, but it's far from what I want. So let's hear what I have here, now full humbucker mode. For the other part, first thing I notice is there's a lot of bass, okay? So I started with this amp, Mesa Boogie, because he uses Mesa Boogie amps. Of course you can have great results with other amps too, but this has too much bass, and you know, it's kind of hard to really take the bass and make it sound heavy at the same time. So for the cab, first I went with a typical Mesa Boogie cab that's here somewhere, but doesn't sound good to me. Too heavy, too close, just doesn't breathe the tone. So I decided to experiment a few of them. The Soldano here, worse even. Not that it sounds bad, but not for this application. The EV 4x12 has that sparkly end, top end, so it's a candidate. Now we have a Diesel 4x12. Now also too heavy on the bass. We have here a Bogner 4x12, let's see. A little bit more suited. I think I end up using the Marshall one. This is a Marshall cabinet, right? So I'm going to try this. Those are 2x12, so let's go for the Marshall one. It's kind of in the ballpark, but it needs a lot of treatment. So that's why first I went with EQ from the Mesa. But the thing with this EQ is the fact that if it's not engaged, so whenever you engage it, automatically changes the tone. That shouldn't happen, you know? Because these are fixed values, everything is at 0, so it shouldn't change the tone. It's louder for a start, and then it's not really what I want. So, and at the same time, I wish this would be upside down, so I can make that cool thing like it does, something like this, but it doesn't have enough bands and gets very dark very easily. So first EQ, if I disengage it, loud, let's see, but it's the same tone, okay? So I'm going to back up the volume a little bit. I don't want to clip the tone. And now see what's going on here, because for 100 Hertz, if I increase them, I don't want that, so I'm going to take around -15 to start with. Okay, let's disengage our distortion box, because for now it's a green overdrive. Okay, so let's just go with the amp. I don't want the amp to have too much gain, but always the bass, man, is always just too much. And the bass probably comes from the cab, so probably I could put, I don't know if I can change this. Some things you can, okay, I cannot change this. Okay, the ones you have the rectangle around. DQ would be great in between the cab and the amp, so there's the things to consider in future updates, I think. And these controls are very, you know, if you put it, max it out, but then if you go like, it's almost the same thing. They're very, very subtle. You might as well put it in 0. Because it doesn't make that much of a difference, and you can compensate on your EQ. Regarding the treble, I think it's okay. If I put it at 0, let's try out. Very dark, so I max out the treble and the presence knob as well. We can increase a little bit the gain here, just to see how it sounds the way it is right now. So it's a little bit cleaner, right? With more definition. Now, going to our EQ, scoop, this tone is really scooped. This frequency is kind of weird because you want it to be present in the mix, and this is a very important one. But if you take it too much, it just disappears, man. So I have some issues with the EQs here in Valeton. And 4K, usually it's annoying, but yeah, it's annoying. But you can't take it all or you lose everything. Okay, now I'm going to increase here a little bit. Now I can increase here because the amp has 0 bass. And we're getting closer. Now I'm going to engage my, before this I'm going to my reverb. And I'm going to engage the reverb, not to give that ambient tone. I want the less reverb possible, so with a decay, very short decay. This is just to give you an idea that the amp is recorded in a room, nothing more, just a little bit, to give it a little bit of depth. Okay, and now we're going to our distortion box and see if this one fits. So I'm going to click distortion. Even so, I'm not happy yet. Let's increase our noise reduction here around 40. I hope it's not too much. Let's see. Before we go into the EQ, let's try out other pedals. This tightens up a little bit more, but probably doesn't have not enough gain. Let's see. A little bit too grainy, but we never know. Super overdrive. Now this is increasing our bass response. Let me do the old trick here just to see if it fits. Not necessarily. Now we have another bunch of other distortion pedals. This one has kind of a bass boost to it. Let me do the opposite. You know that mid boost here on the mids. And then lastly, we don't want a fuzz and no. So let's go for the green overdrive. And now let's try to max this out. As you see, the differences, not here, but in some controls are very subtle. Let's increase the gain here, around 35. There's a lot of gain, so I'm going to back it up. And once again, we have a lot of bass, okay? Okay, middle could be here, not too stupid. Now let's go to our EQ and take some of this out. But it's really here, and I don't want to ruin all the tone taking that frequency, but you know, this software is cool, but it's extremely limited for what it can do. I even tried a snap tone. I went online to the rabbit hole and took some snap tones from John Petrucci, pulled me under, and didn't really impress me. And to be honest, I hate snap tones because they are what they are, and you cannot change anything that you want. Now, on the pre, let's see if you can use a compressor if it does anything other than increasing the gain. So it's not a good idea, but we do have a boost that has a bright switch. But I don't like it. It's very bright, and I don't think it's doing anything special to the tone. Micro boost. No, definitely the rest that you have here, boosters and whatever. Touché, what is this? Forget it. This is a wah. So let's go back to our amp and see what we can do. What I like to do is make it not so bright. Okay. Not so fizzy. So I'm going to reduce the 4K here. Better. And now I'm going to take a little bit more here and take a little bit more there, because I think it was still too boomy and not tight enough. You know what I mean? So let's go to this 800 frequency, just boost it to see what happens. No, definitely not. Let's go and take a lot and your guitar disappears. So it's kind of a compromise. They got to update the EQs on this, man. I know the tone is very dark, but the EQs here are not enough. So I think for now, I believe I cannot get it to do better. So let me just put the tone down totally. You almost don't hear any difference. Just when it's maxed out. I want to put it like so. Going back to the amp, increase a little bit the gain, just a little bit. Not like this. Yeah, we're going there, almost there. Just take a little bit of treble again. Don't forget that it seems like it doesn't have too much distortion, but if you're going to record this or hear these isolated guitars, when they're recorded, they don't have too much distortion or everything will disappear. Now for you, of course, if you're playing alone, you can increase the distortion, but if you're playing along with the backing track and recording, thing is, when I take a little bit of treble, almost immediately the bass increases. I'm going to put this a little bit louder. Now, you can do something very cool. I'm going to save this. Another thing that this needs to be rectified is the fact that you can put too much characters on this. Pull, drive, if it fits. Okay. One thing that you can try, it's kind of crazy because it will not sound good certainly, is going here and take another amp. See, bass. But it totally changes the character, right? Even more when you have already the EQ set for that particular amp. But you can try and see how other amps react to this. I don't know, angle. Okay, let's go for the Mesa because I think it's this one, the modern one. Yeah. But now I lost my settings, no worries, just go back one patch, cancel. Okay, so second position here. Okay. I don't know how he does the tremolo in this part. There's no time, so probably recorded afterwards. Just this part like. Alongside with the other with the tremolo. And I believe you recorded this part on a small box, kind of a small amp, not necessarily a real studio amp or something like that. Now let's go for our rhythm tone. And I don't know how to play the rest, I haven't taken it yet, but it's something like this, along these lines. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of small, big video that I'm seeing here for the time now. But I'm gonna put this, let me save this again, save, and now export it. I think you can export from here, right? I had some, no, it's not like this. It's, I never know how to do this thing, you know? You have to click, I think it's, I can only export through via the, not in managed as well, no, via the phone, if I'm not mistaken. That's the way it is. But I'll do that and I'll put a link for you to download. And if you play this and have the original backing track on the back and remove the guitars like I do, like I did for the Fractal, you'll come pretty close to the original tone. So once again, many thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so yet. And let me know how it sounds on your system. Cheers!